Hello, welcome back to the channel. We're currently staying at the Salisbury Camping and Caravan site. It's my birthday weekend this weekend, and thank you very much for all the birthday wishes, really appreciated that. And we're here with friends Jodie and Craig from Adventure Awaits, and there's Lee, just getting rid of our rubbish. We got here last night about, what was it, about 2 o'clock. We got here last night and we had a lovely lasagna made by Julie last night, and some garlic bread. Garlic bread.
Dinner for the birthday girl.
Yeah, she did me a lovely dinner. Well, all of us a lovely dinner. Had a few drinks, played a few games, and had a really nice evening, didn't we? When you come to this site, there is a walk. That's the entrance there. We will show you the site when we go back in. There's a walk here that you just go down this path, and apparently it takes you into Salisbury along the river. So we're going to take you with us and just go and see what we see in Salisbury. We want to take you to the cathedral actually, because you'd like to see that. We've seen that before and we've filmed it before. And I think Julie and Craig are going to go into the cathedral and they're going to try and do some filming in there. So if you want to see what Salisbury Cathedral looks like and you don't want to see us doing it on our previous vlog, go over in there to Adventure Awaits and have a look at their video. There's big playing fields over there, popular with dog walking and running around this field as well. There's a few tenters on our campsite as well. It's a bit cold for tenting, I would have thought, but they seemed to be fine. Wrapped up warm. I wouldn't fancy it this time of year. In the summer maybe. Looks like we just head up there, is it? Down that way to the...
I would say down that road there.
Because that looks too high up to have a river. There's a big sign here, says Salisbury. So I guess we're walking up here. We're trying to find the river.
From the campsite, we've walked through this estate and then through this alleyway, and it's brought us out to this path here. We think the river's going that way. So guys, what route are we going to take? Are we taking this path? Or are we going to...
Do you want to play that game, Swig Game?
Is that what it is?
Flip it over, we'll go that way.
Yeah. Oh.
Can't flip it over, we'll go that way.
So what way are we going then? What way have we flipped it?
We haven't got any card.
You want to go that way?
Yep.
Should we go that way? Right, we're going to try and find the river and then walk into Salisbury that way. We're going up over this way. Still a bit of frost on the ground, but the sun is shining. And hopefully, the other side of this mound, we're going to find the River Avon. And then use that to walk into Salisbury. Everyone's falling behind on the scout. Tonight we are going out for a meal. I think Jodie is wanting to have an Italian.
Just come down this bit. It's slightly slippy with the weather, but it's not too bad. And we found the river, so we're doing well so far. And then we just follow this path all the way leads into Salisbury, which we just thought we'd show you this, because if you come and stay at the campsite, you might want to walk into Salisbury. And it's a pretty walk along the river, especially in the summer. I can imagine it being lovely on here. We're doing like the penguin walk, you know, the shuffle so you don't slip, like the penguin shuffle. Yep, like that, Julie. Who's that dog? Where we got a dog from? And this is the River Avon. Like I said, in the summer, I reckon this is really nice to walk down here when it's not so muddy. And it's going to lead us, it's flowing the direction of Salisbury. So it's going to lead us in. There's a little bridge there, maybe we have to cross that. Let's go see. It's actually Avon Valley Local Nature Reserve around this area, so it's actually a nature walk up there. We just joined in halfway through. And it's giving you little things like just for fun. There are millions of games that you can play in the open. Try one of these and it gives you some options. And one of them actually says there, what's it say? How many sounds, before you begin, guess how many sounds you will be able to identify along the riverbank. So we just come across the bridge. Yeah, so it looks like we're definitely going that direction because that's the way it's flowing. Just walking along that bridge there and we come across some guys doing a bit of magnet fishing. And he's just shown us a picture of a World War I, what he believes is a World War I helmet. So he's just chatting to them and just telling them what he's been found. He found an hand grenade as well. Yeah, interesting. Magnet fishing is very interesting. Don't do it myself, and neither does Lee, but I can see why people have an interest in it. I would just get fed up of all the rubbishy bits you pull out. And the sign says City Centre Cathedral close. So we're just going to head down this walkway. It does have a cycle path on that side, so we're just trying keeping it off it. Watch it, it gets lower, so you have to duck. He's got no head. Where's your head gone? It's like Willy Wonka, you know, in that tunnel. It's not even deep, you know.
You've got houses here, that's empty, but right on the river. Very nice. One of them looks empty anyway.
So when it's summer and you've not got to be careful how you walk in, I reckon it take about 20 minutes to get in from the campsite into Salisbury. But with it being a bit muddy, we've had to go a bit more careful. So it's taken us a bit longer. But it looks like we're coming out very near to the...
I think we're coming out where they've done all the new bit. Where
near Sainsbury's and that. Yeah, I think we're going to come out there. But I don't know if you can see, but in the distance there's a spire. That's a cathedral.
So this is all the new bit then, to try and help with the flooding.
Yeah, so we have mentioned it before in a vlog. They've redone this area to help prevent flooding, and he just thinks this is a new part.
Yeah. So going that way into the city centre. So it used to just go down there. So all this now is pretty much brand new to stop with the flooding.
And if you look at it from here, it's actually a butterfly. Which Lee just pointed out because I couldn't work it out when I was filming around it. Is this a toilet?
That looks like toilets. This looks possibly like a bus depot. Coaches maybe?
Yeah, it's got bus picture on the signs.
Yeah.
So this is like bus station area, is it?
It looks that way.
I guess. Yeah.
That's a young one, isn't it? Yeah. Hello.
Hello. Hello. So it actually brings you out into the Maltons area. So I know where I am now. I've never walked down that walk before, but I've come this way many a times. And that's the river we're following down.
The girls have just gone into this crystal shop. We're just standing outside checking out the crystals in the window. We're just checking out this ball. That ball there, £1,650. So if you want a nice bit of crystal, it ain't that cheap. There's a bit of a fossil one there. That's quite nice. Just going past the barber shop. And it's actually written upside down. We're just getting into the city centre now, and just here is the mill, I believe it's called. So this is where the Novichok disaster, I suppose you'll call it, happened, or the Bishop's Mill. So just down here is basically where the River Avon floods through, and basically the old mill. Couple of pigeons there chilling out. So this used to have a lot more, obviously, water in it, but now they've diverted it, and you can see the bank now. I think we're going to try and find a bit of food because I'm a bit peckish. Craig's a bit hungry. Are you hungry?
Yeah, there's actually a Wetherspoons and a McDonald's if you want to go cheap and cheerful.
There is, yeah.
Because we're going out for a meal tonight, aren't we?
Yes. Yeah.
So the birthday meal tonight. Looking forward to that. So we're going to try and book in somewhere while we're down here as well.
Oh, that's ideal. We'll try and find Zzz's. Is it Zzz's or Zazas?
Yeah. Zzz's, I know where that is.
Yes. We'll book into that. I think we're going to walk around the cathedral as well, but if we get food first...
Well, we can't go Wetherspoons because of the dog.
No. So maybe
we'll go grab something from maybe...
Yeah.
Something and eat outside somewhere, yeah. Cool. We decided to come into the mill, sit down and have something to eat. The Wetherspoons is just literally just over there, but obviously we can't take a dog in. Well, this is quite a nice view here with the river just next to us. I think I'm just going to go for some chips or something because we're having a meal tonight, aren't we? Yeah. So just something little and then a nice meal this evening. So something's wrong with this picture, isn't there? 1, 2, 3 Guinnesses and I'm on a Diet Coke.
Yeah, and it's your birthday weekend.
I think I had a bit too many last night. I can't face it just yet. Is that Eric Dog? Eric Dog. Just found Fudge Henge.
There looks some nice fudge in there though.
Yeah, and that was in the Rowley's Fudge Pantry in Salisbury. Yeah, and we're just leading through to the cathedral now, so this is the archway. I'm just going through that.
Still got the big doors on it. That.
And there you go, that's UK's tallest spire.
Look at that.
And there we are, there's
There
the
we
cathedral.
are. Yeah.
It is a beautiful cathedral.
It is, and there's people dressed up today, so I'm not sure what that's about.
Yeah, there's a few, it looks like a wedding or something, maybe, somewhere. A flower festival, 13th to 18th of May. If you like flowers, there's a flower festival in May. Who's that, Lee?
Dame Elizabeth Thrink, something like that, a walking Madonna. But this is the life-size statue, actually. And yeah, she was quite tall. Very skinny feet, though.
There's some workmanship gone into that.
There is a lot of statues on that. A lot. Have you noticed, though, if you look up the top there is a space for another one. So obviously, there's a few spaces that are blank, actually.
Maybe it fell down.
No,
Maybe it was them.
no, just obviously someone that, it must be like the bishop or something, and then they put the next bishop up there as a stone statue.
Yeah. The Salisbury Magna Carta is actually in safe storage, and it's done on sheepskin and in a bookhand kind of writing. But they do have one stored away which we're not allowed to film. So we realised we could actually take Max in there. As long as it's a well-behaved dog, you can take them in. And Max is really well-behaved, so...
Craig has to wait outside.
That's right.
Craig had to wait outside, brilliant. So we're going to head back to the van now. We're going to take that walk back up. So we'll catch you when we're up there. Right, good morning, it's next day. We did get back to the van okay. We actually found another path, didn't we?
We did, yeah. So running pretty much parallel to the river, actually, there is a normal cycle track and path. So you haven't got to go right down to the river to walk into Salisbury, so that's good.
Yeah, so in the summer, I reckon the river will be a really nice walk and won't be as muddy.
Yeah.
But if it is like that and you do stay here, just use the main path into it. You won't see the river as much, but it's a lot easier. Yeah, and we came back and then we went out for a meal, didn't we, to Zzz's in Salisbury.
Yeah.
A little bit expensive, but it was a birthday treat, so...
It was, yeah, and the food, to me, it weren't that great, if I'm honest. The pasta was a bit weird, but, it was okay.
What he means by that, explain what you mean the pasta was weird.
It was just, it was the texture, and it was a bit like eating squid. So it had a rubbery feel to the pasta. So personally, I didn't think it was cooked properly. Jodie said it was.
I think
tried
it's
a bit.
fresh pasta,
Yeah.
but it was just long and it was quite chewy, wasn't it?
Chewy, and it had this weird sort of texture, I suppose, and it was like a squid.
Well, you had it with your meal, and Julie had it with her carbonara. It was the same sort of pasta. We've never seen that pasta used for carbonara before. And then, because you had something a little bit different, so we weren't, we expect something different, don't you? But then me and Craig had spaghetti bolognese, and that was lovely. But the garlic bread, there's lots of garlic bread, weren't they? It was good.
Yeah, so we had a garlic bread each, and we pretty much could have had that to share, to be honest.
Between 4 of us. There's a lot.
Yeah, so even bought back a doggy bag of garlic bread.
Yeah, they've got it, haven't they? Yeah. So, yeah, we had a good time in there. We had a good meal. We were going to go out for drinks afterwards as well, but it was very cold, wasn't it? And you think, we'll just come back to the van instead, because you're not spending drink prices in Salisbury, so expensive.
Yeah.
So we came back here to the van and then just had
a chill out and played a chill out. Yeah.
Bloody hell! Did you see the birds?
Yeah, there they are.
So when we were vlogging, then all them birds there just flew past the window. Before I was distracted by the birds, we came back and we've got a game Outsmarted, and you can just play it on your phones, can't you? And it's just like multiple choice quiz questions, but it's a bit of so you can get the most questions right. And
I won.
Good. You won once.
But
Craig won
that
once.
means I won though, because I won the last time, and you're always as good as your last game, right? So I won.
Yeah, so it's quite good. It's Outsmarted. So someone just sets up the game who has paid for the game, and you just pay for the board game, and then set it up on your app, and then everyone gets a code, they join in, and then you just go through multiple choice. A bit like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, isn't it, with the questions and that.
Yeah. And
it's quite current as well, up-to-date news and things like that. So it's a good game. So we played that for a bit last night, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then had a good night. A good night's sleep with that mattress in it.
Yeah, loads better.
It is, honestly. You cannot tell you in a motorhome in that bed. It just feels like it even feels better than the mattress I've got at home, to be honest, in our own bed, doesn't it?
Yeah. So to get a good night's sleep now, we get away in the motorhome.
As I said before, I don't fit under the headboard bit. But if we hadn't taken the panels out in the van, I think I'd have struggled getting around it completely.
Yeah. So that's a good call.
Just bear that in mind if you have got the same size van as us, not the 8.2, the 7.8, is it?
Yeah, ours is 7.8 to 8.4, something like that.
So not the 8.2 version, which I'll explain that in a minute. If you've got that, just bear in mind, if you've still got the doors and you want to take the panels out like this and you do want one of these mattresses, just bear in mind if it doesn't fit underneath that headboard at the back, it will give you less space at the end. But if you've got the 8.2,
yeah, 8.22,
yeah, then you're fine. You'll be fine. Because you had a bit of a comment, didn't you, about that size?
Yeah, just because with the 794, so the older model, so we're going back to 22 plate, which is ours. The motorhome size is actually a little bit smaller than the newer models. They realised, I think, that there weren't enough space in that bedroom. They've grown the van by about 400 millimetres, and they've put it all at the end of the bed, basically, to give you more space in the bedroom, which is good, but it does creep your van over to 8.22. So
we were making comments about our breakdown cover, because in our breakdown cover clause with Nationwide, which is with the AA, it does say up to 8 metres. So if we'd have gone for the bigger van, we could have maybe been out of that if we had to.
We would have definitely been. So it's up to 8 metres, and that's even if you've got a bike rack on the back or anything like that. So if you push your van over 8 metres, then the breakdown cover don't work for you.
And I think we confused some people because they got the newer model of this van, and they couldn't understand why we were saying under 8 metres. So because it's an older model. Yeah, so I'll show you what it looks like now anyway. So I'm absolutely loving this setup now. So these tables are ideal, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're ideal because like I can just put my feet up here now underneath the table. I've got my own little table, I've got my phone stand. I can just sit here like that. Have me a cup of tea. Lee's got the same setup. Hey, and guess what we don't have to do anymore? If I get up, when Lee was sat there with the table was there, he'd go, babe, pass me this.
Yeah.
Pass me that, because he couldn't get out.
Because I was stuck, pretty much. It felt that way anyway.
I don't have to be a slave to you anymore, do I?
No. So maybe it weren't a good move. But
money messing.
No, it's opened up the space, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah. So, and then in here, I'll just show you again. In here. Absolutely loving this. It works really well. And I had these curtains drawn yesterday, and that's actually come out, so I'll just show you. So really, obviously when you've got them both closed, that's all it does. It doesn't bother you. You know, when you have the doors here before, you could easily bang your elbow on the doors or anything. It doesn't matter because it's a curtain. So yeah, really, really loving it. And so this mattress is so cosy and comfy. I've still got my space to get round there. Loads of space around this side. The only thing we're missing is this carpet, isn't it? It's the same colour as that. That we've got.
This one.
Yeah. That we've had that one done.
And I've had it done a bit bigger as well, so now it is a really snug fit in there. But this one, they've done the wrong way round. Basically, where the cut-off is at the end there, they had it the other way. So they're redoing that carpet.
Yeah, and that's why they're just giving us a little bit of that, because obviously lift that up.
I asked, because under there, obviously, is where the table went.
And that's where the plate is now. So we will be getting, it will be all this colour, and I think it's a lovely colour, because this just looks grubby and dirty now, this one.
Yeah.
No matter how hard you try and clean it, that colour is just really hard to keep clean. And could be better with this one. Oh, I mean, one more thing we got was this speaker, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we did have a proper music speaker, like a bassy one, connected to the TV, but it was a little bit too bassy, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. Mainly designed for music, wasn't it?
It was mainly designed for music. It was really good what it was designed for. So then we've gone for this one here, about 30 quid on Amazon.
Yeah.
Right, and brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's clear.
To the TV, it's perfect. So for voice, yeah, it works wonders. So, birthday weekend, you've had a good time so far. What are we up to now?
Oh, right, okay. I'll come sit back down a minute. So we are going to go and get some food, maybe from the harvester up the road. Mm-hmm. But what we really want to do is go visit Old Sarum, because we know this area, but we've never been to Old Sarum. It's just like a ruins of a castle. Yeah, so it's the original castle, I suppose, of Salisbury area. That's where it was, yeah. So we'll go and have a look at that. Mm. Up them hills there, that's Old Sarum. Yeah. So that's where the ruins of the castle should be, and hopefully we'll find it. Yeah, hopefully we will. But yeah, there's Craig and Julie with their new motorhome. At some point, I think I'm going to take you in there when we get back. Got beautiful views, hasn't it? Look at that view down there. When you come out of there, the toilets are here, so not far from there. Then you've got all this fields here. There's plenty of room. Plenty of room. I bet it gets quite full in the summer though, because it's easy access to Salisbury. Don't you reckon? I reckon it does. I reckon it gets pretty busy. And there is another set of toilets just at the top of this road bit here as well, near the red car. They do have a little shop in there, but it's not very much, just very, very essential items, isn't it? Nothing perishable. No. So, you know, you might get something here, but there is a co-op further up, and we might be able to show you that. Yes, it's only about 5-minute walk up to the co-op, actually. Yeah. That's Hudson's field, and that's used for all sorts. Running, there's kids on there now playing football. So plenty going on. Nice site, isn't it? It is a nice site. Convenient, and they've just what you need, isn't it? Well, it is. I mean, we got a taxi down into Salisbury yesterday for the meal, and that was only £8, and return was £6.50-ish. Oh yeah. So it's quite a decent price if you want to get a cab. Yeah. Or you got the bus service just outside. Yep, you can get on a bus. I mean, the reception will tell you which buses to get, or you can Google it, whatever. Yeah. And you can get a bus just outside the top of the road, isn't it, where the entrance to the campsite is. There is a bit of parking up here, so if you're coming onto this site and you've got guests coming to see, they don't mind you having guests, and you just have to let them know. But I reckon you could just park up there, so they don't have to come all the way down and try and turn around if they can't get in the barrier. Oh, there's Old Sarum. That's what we're going to see. And that's the bus there that you need. That's an Active 8, that one is. And the bus stops are just along this road. There's one just down there. Out the gate, the Golden Way. That way. Yeah, that's Salisbury down that way. And then there's a harvester up here. and Old Sarum, and we're going to do both. Just been in Harvester, we had a nice meal, didn't we?
Yes, I had the ultimate mixed grill, and that was massive.
Yeah, you
I
and
didn't finish it.
Craig both had that, because you had the free salad bar.
I
Craig
did, free salad bar, so we got some food for Max.
Yeah, so from the 2 mixed grills, there's some food for Max, the dog, left over. But yeah, it's quite a nice Harvester in there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right, actually, not bad at all.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Now we're going to go and walk up a big hill.
Yeah, which is over the road that way.
Yeah, so yeah, it's quite a good Harvester. It's just literally a 5-minute walk from the club site. And looks like that's the path just over there that we're going to be heading up. Oh, there might be one further up, but we're off up that hill.
It's a little bit muddy.
It looks a little bit muddy again, doesn't it?
Yeah, only this first bit, I think.
Hopefully. The going up's not so bad. It's coming down. It'll be like a slide for me.
That's the field there. So that's Hudson's field, just over there.
Oh, right, okay, that's where the campsite is, just down there. It's like walking in clay. It's the group of funny walkers.
Where do you want to go? Do you want to go up the hill or around?
Which way's the right way?
Well, if we go up,
You're asking me which way to go, so which is the right way. Oh, that's the roadway in, you see, there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go up here then. Can I get up there all right, do you reckon? Yeah.
Do you want a hand?
I'm fine. Just can you go so I can get up?
She's coming. The thing is, we've climbed up here and it looks like we've got to go back down.
It does, doesn't it?
So now we've got to go back down.
So who told me to come up there?
It seemed like a good idea at the time. We ended up going through the mud that way. And if we just carried on going up that road, we'd have been all right.
Yet again, there's another way to get up here without getting muddy.
And we have got walking boots. We just left them in the van, as usual. We ain't worn them this year at all.
Not this year, no. It's only January, love. For parking, if you come up here, I don't think you get your motorhome up here either, it'll probably ground out. It looks like we're heading up onto that mound up there.
Yeah. I've never actually been before.
5,000 years of history, and it just tells you a little bit about the hill. The fort gave shelter to the townsfolk and security to the Royal Mint. By the time William the Conqueror decided to build the castle in front of you, Old Sarum already had a place in history. This is just about the castle. Originally the banks would have been faced with timber, the wooden planks being covered with plaster and whitened with lime. Over the next 100 years, the castle was rebuilt in stone for a while. It was regarded as one of the most beautiful buildings in England. It served as a royal residence, administrative centre, courthouse. The bridge in front of you is modern. It replaces the wooden bridge into the castle. Here, guards would have asked you your business and might even have searched you before allowing you to cross the bridge. There, more guards would have questioned you again before allowing you through the gatehouse and into the castle. Let's go across that bridge. I don't see any guards.
No.
This is the bridge that led to the castle. And there's a fort, what do you call it, moat?
The moat.
That's a moat. Yeah, so you have to pay by the look of it. So we're just speaking to the guy there, and it's about £8 each to get in.
Yeah.
Was it £7.20, £8?
£7.20
Yeah,
today.
to get today. It's normally about £8, but £7.20 today to get in. They're up until 4 o'clock today. It's getting on for 3 o'clock now, and we just start paying that money. You know, we're thinking about if we're going to do that, we'll go visit some more places and we'll pay for the actual membership. Yeah, but not today. No, not today. So we are going to do that.
Walk around though, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to walk round. But we can walk around the outside area. But I do want to go in. So like me and you're going to come back another time, aren't we, and do that.
But this area here was actually all full of huts back in the day. This was a village, a working village.
Oh. So if you look over there, you might not be able to see this in the camera. I'll see if Lee can zoom in, I'm not sure. But you can see Salisbury Cathedral there with the spire. I have been stood on that spire looking at this. The bishops and their cathedral. Soon after the conquest of England, William the Conqueror and Lanfranc, the new Archbishop of Canterbury, set out about reorganising the English church.
Because the cathedral and that was originally here. Before being down there in Salisbury. Yeah.
Okay, let's find out what they used to be. What do you reckon? This
was the cathedral.
This was it, was it?
I believe that's what it is.
Right, okay.
So you had the castle, the original cathedral, before they moved.
Old Sarum Cathedral was demolished in favour of a new one at Salisbury. It begun in 1220. It wasn't until 1834 that people noticed marks in the grass that showed where the old cathedral had stood. Excavations in 1912 to 1914 revealed the foundations you see here today.
Oh.
If you look now, you can actually see parts of the castle up there.
Old Sarum's ghosts. We do not know what happened on this hill 5,000 years ago, but on the slopes around it, early farmers were establishing ceremonial sites. It was later occupied by the Romans, Saxons, and by the Normans, who rebuilt the fort in stone. By early medieval times, a castle, cathedral, and a thriving market town all were here.
All this ended when a new cathedral was built at the new city of Salisbury. The little market town struggled on for a while, but eventually it was deserted. If ever there was a place of ghosts, this must be it. Right, so that's enough of the castle on the hill for today.
For this one, yes.
Yeah. So we're going to try and get back without sliding down.
Yeah, it's a bit slippery today on the ground.
But I believe there's an actual road where we're going to go back that way, aren't we?
We are, yeah, and then walk down the path back to the site. Yeah.
See you there.
See you at the site.
Good morning from Salisbury.
Good morning, everyone. We're nice and early this morning. Just got to turn the light on. It's still dark outside.
Wondered why we couldn't see. I couldn't see us on the screen.
Yeah, we're up at 6, aren't we? So, lovely morning.
Just having a brew. We decided to stay in Salisbury until the Monday because we don't live too far from here. And Julie and Craig did travel down all the way from Anglesey, so we wanted to spend more time with them. Otherwise, we would have had to be off about 10 o'clock yesterday, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
So we decided to stay the other night. But the only downside to that is I've actually got to go in the office today. So normally I would just work from home and I'd just stick the laptop on and then travel with it on because obviously we've got Wi-Fi and that. But no,
Not today.
Not today. I've got to go in the office. So I've got to get back, get ready, and get to work. We had a comment, didn't you, about looking forward to finding out how much.
Yeah. So the costs. So I didn't put the costs of the upgrades on the actual upgrade video, which I probably should have. However, stripping out the bathroom, the panelling, that cost nothing. Stripping out the table cost nothing, and cutting down the bits where the chair was so you can get your legs over cost nothing. So really all I've paid for is the curtain rail, the curtains, the 2 panel strips that I had bespoke made, and the tables and the arms. So that's pretty much all I've paid for. So it's and the max fans and the batteries. So the max fans themselves cost me just under £300 each. The batteries are around £450 each. To get them fitted, so to get the batteries fitted and to get the max air fans fitted, that only cost I think it was about £178. So that's quite a reasonable price to get them fitted. So they were the bigger ones. And then the tables in the front room, so these tables here, they were around about £85 each, and that's with the legs and the tabletop itself.
Yeah, and just in case you're wondering where we got our curtains from, it's from Dunelm.
Yes, yeah, Dunelm. Just normal set of curtains. They're like a really thin material, but they're blackout, so they're nice and light as well.
So we had them shut last night while we was in bed, and with it being the way it is in that bedroom, we don't even realise you're in a van.
No,
do you? It's
worked out really well. It
really
does
nice. Right, so I've nearly finished my coffee. We need to go wake Julie and Craig up. They've got a long journey today. They've got to go all the way over to Anglesey, so it's about 5 hours or something plus traffic if they run into any traffic. So better go wake them up, say goodbye to them. And the next video you'll see is Lee's getting quite a big upgrade.
Yeah, so this is the biggest upgrade, which I will give the cost for. But this is going to take around about 2.5 days to 3 days to fit. So it's a big upgrade.
Yep, so look forward to that one.
A quick one on my phone, because it's very rare this happens for us. And we do appreciate it whenever it does happen, but we had a buy us a coffee.
Yes, we did. Thank you.
Yes, and the name is from Frederick Briggs. So he bought us 3 coffees. So I'd like to say thank you to Frederick. We do really appreciate it, and it does mean a lot to us, knowing you out there appreciate what you're watching.
And we will get a chance to have them coffees at some point, and we'll let you know when we get a chance to have them.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
And we'd like to say thank you very much to Andy Hope for coming over and saying hello. Bless you, we was having something to eat and you felt a little bit awkward coming over, but we really appreciated you took your time to come over and say hello. And to your lovely wife, I can't remember her name, so I won't try and guess, but it was lovely to meet you both, so thank you for coming over.
Right, so I think that's us on this vlog.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Because my arm's aching and I can't hold the camera up anymore.
It's early, that's why. So we'd like to say thank you again, as always, to everyone that subscribes, everyone that supports the channel, and we will catch you on the next one. So until then, bye.
See ya.